Well, welcome once again. This is the Doctor of Digital at the Doctor of Digital podcast. The purpose of the show is to transform your business and life with education and inspiration. I introduce busy business leaders to trends in business, technology, and marketing to highlight people you should know. Are you tired of feeling like your healthcare business is stuck in a rut with long sales cycles and fierce competition making it difficult to stand out in a noisy market? You're not alone. As a healthcare leader, you're constantly looking for ways to accelerate growth and make the right bets with your budget. But with so many options and strategies out there, it can be overwhelming to know where to start. That's where Saul Marquez comes in, an 18-year healthcare veteran with a wealth of experience in transforming the payer and provider space. As the CEO of Outcomes Rocket, a full-service marketing agency specializing in healthcare, Saul has spent the past 2 decades working with mission-driven healthcare founders and leaders to help them achieve their goals. With a team of marketers and creatives at his disposal, Saul has developed a unique approach to healthcare marketing that combines innovative strategies, cutting-edge technology, and a deep understanding of the healthcare industry. From ads and podcasts to PR and web development, Saul's team has the expertise to create and execute on customized marketing plans that drive results. Join me as we explore the latest trends and insights in healthcare marketing with Saul. During this episode, we'll do a deep dive into the changes and hot topics of healthcare marketing, including the biggest challenges in growth. I will leverage the expertise of my guests and how to navigate the unique dynamics of the field. By the end of this episode, you'll be better equipped to know what to do, and I encourage you to contact my guest, Saul Marquez, founder and CEO of Outcomes Rocket. Good morning, and how are you doing today, Saul?
Mick, doing great. Thank you so much for such an amazing intro.
Well, you bet. Your mother paid me a great deal of money for that.
You're hired.
The memo, and we are color coordinated today and looking sharp. So I'm looking forward to talking to you today. I'm really curious if you could tell us a little bit about some sort of pivotal story. How did you get into this field and why healthcare marketing of all things?
Yeah, and Mick, you cut out a little bit there. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, you bet. So I was curious how you got into this field. So I'm always interested in how people got into what they were into today and what they do as a profession.
Got it. Thanks, Mick. Really appreciate the question, and great to be with you and your amazing audience. Look, we all have a decision in life, and I had been chasing positions for many years, and I remember the day when I made the phone call. After 8 years of a particular career, my palms are sweaty. I was just on the edge, but I had to make it. I was making that 2-week notice. And the night before, I was, having a chat with my wife about it. She knew, like many of the audience, I was frustrated. And like many of the people listening and watching, I got tired of my ideas just getting put on the shelf for later. And like many people listening to us and with us today, I also was tired of all the red tape, and I wanted to do it on my own. I sort of looked at my wife. She looked at me and said, "Baby, let's do it. Like, we're going to do this together." And so that's when I left my career as an executive and really changed my mission into entrepreneurship, from climbing the ladder to now what we want to do is impact 5,000 healthcare leaders, businesses, and brands to help them succeed in the market.
Awesome. Yeah, been there, done that. So I understand completely what you're saying. So, there's a lot of changes in healthcare, I think, but also in marketing too. So I'm curious now, over the course of what you've been doing, what sort of changes have you noticed and what do you see?
Yeah, you know what? Great question. Today, what I'll say is this. A lot of vehicles to get the goals done have changed. We have AI today. We've got so many different automated ways of making things happen. what I will say, and we'll cover some of the changes, but what I will say is there's some fundamentals that don't ever change.
Okay.
And that is the building blocks of marketing. There's three pillars. There's owned media, there's earned media, and there's paid media. Those are the three things that you could do. Anything in marketing falls underneath those. And, much of like the work you do, Mick, with writing a book, that all falls under owned marketing. Your website, a podcast, your blog, all those things are owned. Then the earned piece of media is what we call OPS, other people's stages. When you go into other people's stages, they could be digital and they could be physical. And so taking advantage of both of those is a great way to really grow your business. And then finally, it's the paid. It's how do you accelerate when you understand that your owned and earned opportunities are cranking? How do you throw additional volume and traffic to the systems that you've established? So while those fundamental building blocks are the same, and I'm happy to dive deep into any of the three for you and our listeners, I will say that AI is a game changer. What you could do with Chat GPT, like what used to take us, a week, we can now do in minutes with Chat GPT. We could create an entire email series in minutes, putting the right inputs into Chat GPT, having the right demographics and your persona details. Today, it's totally game changer in what you could do. That being said, it's also changed the dynamic of the market. There's so much more spamming that happens. So we still have to force ourselves to really think, how can I make this personal? How can I make this count?
So I don't want to put words in your mouth, but then you kind of walked into it anyway, because I was curious about AI. So I'd like to know
Yeah.
some of the hot topics and AI. Maybe there's some other things too, but you kind of mentioned it. So maybe you could tell us about what you see as the hot topics, especially in marketing, because like you're saying, things are changing really pretty quickly now.
Very quickly, and we embrace AI as an agency, and anybody that has a business that's not embracing AI and living under a rock, they're in big trouble. If you guys are not embracing it, somebody else that is going to take business from you. They're gonna lower their prices because they found out how to make it more efficient, and you're gonna be pressured to do the same. So if you're not doing it today, you're really like you're going to impact yourself negatively. So I say use it wherever you can. What are the different areas that we're leveraging AI in? Everything. So things like Chat GPT for writing. The advent of large language models and generative AI have really transformed the qualitative work that happens in writing. And also an analysis of large volumes of data. Also, AI has helped us on the editing and engineering side. So if you're in audio and video engineering, there's so many AI platforms that help you accelerate, do the repetitive things that take a human a long time, and really just make it so simple and fast. So then there's also the elements around graphics. You can use AI to clean up pictures and to clean up videos and to make things look beautiful. There's a lot of different applications of it, and even to user experience on a website. If you're leveraging bots, that's one thing. But if you're leveraging AI bots to customize the experience, for example, a body of work that belongs to you, documentation, prior experiences with frequently asked questions, you could truly serve a customer on the spot without needing a human, and do it in a way that has been more satisfactory than it's ever been in the history of our world. All of that, I say it with a caveat.
Okay.
We still need and desire the personal touch. So the challenge that we all have as leaders of businesses is finding the balance between leveraging these technologies and not losing what we value so much, which is human touch and human relationships.
So now you have a lot of information here. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm the person listening. I'm your average, ordinary, everyday business leader. I'm getting overwhelmed. So maybe it can help me out. And even going back to what you said are the three pillars of marketing. How does this work? And all this AI and technology stuff, maybe you can give some recommendations. How does this actually work in practice?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a really great question. And thanks for bringing it back to how can I apply it today?
Yeah.
I think you do that really well, Mick. Look, you like what I'll do two things. One, I will talk to you about AI and how to leverage it. And then two, I'll share a marketing tip within one of the pillars to help you really digest and actually take it back to your business and be able to do something today. Here's what I'll tell you with AI. The best thing you could do is just use it and start small. You don't have to get crazy with some of the stuff that I shared, but use the free version of ChatGPT, or if you're on Google Workspace, use Gemini. It's their version of the built-in ChatGPT. Or if you're on Microsoft, right, use their Copilot. All of these technologies, they realize that if they're not embedding these tools within their suites, they're going to be left in the dust. So the good news for you is that it's omnipresent. So what I would encourage you is just to choose one thing and try it. Even you might not know what you're doing. And that's the cool part. Just go for it. And what you'll find is that as you do it and you talk to your team about it, they're probably already doing it. And you can start talking to them about how they're leveraging it. And that's going to be a big win for you, period. So that's number one. By the way, I'll share one of my favorite ways to use AI. Right. So today, what we're doing with AI on our sales side, when I have my sales team, we record all of our sales calls. We use a basic recording software, and clients understand that we do this in order to provide bigger value. We don't have to take a bunch of notes because the AI is taking the notes for us. Yeah, right. The really cool thing is on the back end of that call, we have an interface where you type in, this is what I typically type in. Please summarize this discussion with 3 bullet points as an email to my customer so that I'm hitting the right points and make it a follow-up to them. Their name is Tom. I'll get the email. I don't have to think about the whole thing. There's things that I forgot about that they mentioned that are in there in the bullet points. If you use it for anything, use it for your sales follow-ups, and you're going to see an enormous return on your time invested. That's what I'll say on the applicability there. I could shift to the pillars of marketing and give a tip, but I want to pause there, Mick, for any thoughts from you or any discussion.
Well, see, I'm already converted, so I mean, this is a thing that I can see. So I appreciate the fact that you're actually applying it to what you do in healthcare and marketing, and I agree. This is what people should be doing. If you don't get on the train now and it's leaving the station, you are definitely going to be left behind.
You definitely are. And think about, oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to then, if you could open it up a little bit to all those pillars of marketing, because I think that would be really applicable.
Yeah, Mick, I love it. Thank you for the opportunity. We love marketing. We believe that marketing is the responsibility of marketing is to drive flow to the business. So the model is flow, conversion, retention. And so flow is the right customer flow to your front door, to your digital front door. And the way you do it is by creating attractive graphics, videos, copy, content to get people interested in what you do. One of the things that I'll share that's oftentimes missed is email. While today we are living in a spammy world, even LinkedIn, people are leveraging AI tools like Dripify to automate LinkedIn outreach. I'm going to tell you guys something. While you could do that, people see right through it. So where I said, use AI to work faster, you also have to be thoughtful about your approach. And when you do email, one of the biggest tips I can give you is you could automate, but also personalize. And so here's a quick pro tip to help you make the most out of your time while leveraging your email database, which most people don't leverage to the point that they can. They're not working that list to the point that they can to have the success that they could. So here's what you do. You have a spreadsheet and you have your customer's name, their email. I want you to have a column that says latest update and a column that says date. And then what you do is the latest. So what you do for each one of the companies, this is very manual. You could have somebody on your team do this or not. Google the company, Google the Doctor of Digital, Mick Smith. And then in Google, click on news. When you click on news, you see if all the latest updates that's happened with that particular company. And you click into one of the interesting ones and you say, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, by the way, you're doing something that's personalized, right? And so then what you do is you take a little clip and you write a message, congratulations on the latest update. And then you go down the list and the date that you did it. And then you go down the list on, say, 25 to 50. You want to do this with people you really want an impact with. Then you plug that data into your list management tool. It could be HubSpot, it could be Constant Contact, it could be SurveyMonkey, which is super easy and almost free online. And so totally accessible to anyone. Plug it in there. Now when these folks receive your email, it's hyper personalized to them. And you're not just using tech to be spammy. You're using tech to be thoughtful. And I can promise you, if you're getting a 3% conversion rate on your email, doing that will 10x your conversion rate to 30%.
With a lot there, I'd still say, to sort of unpack that a little bit, I'm wondering if you could say this like actionable tips, because it's so valuable, but I also think you have to try to get this balance, which is a really nice balance that you're presenting. It's both technological, but personal, and you got a real balance there. So I'm wondering if you could offer some actionable tips. So I'm a business owner, business leader. What do I do?
Yeah. And look, what I love about healthcare business is the average deal size. You know, you're looking at an average, it depends, right? If you're doing B2B deals, you're looking at 6 figures up.
Sure.
So this one tip that I'm giving you can literally make you an extra $1 million this year. I want that to sink in, because if you keep doing what you're doing and you're not customizing and using technology to help you scale customization, you're leaving so much money on the table. Yeah. To answer Mick's question, you know, the way that you make it happen is manual upfront with the spreadsheet. You know, you get your list and you pick your top. This is what I tell everybody, our customers. Who are your top 25 targets? The top 25 people that you feel, number one, you could serve best. And number two, they would just be so great for your business, right? To just have them as paying customers, but also as references. Curate that list. And then the next step is do the research on all of them. Take that time. It really, we actually mapped it out. We have a process for this. It's a 7-minute process per customer. So you're only spending 7 minutes. That 7 minutes is going to help you go from 3% to 30% response rate. So you get a 30% response rate, and instead of having 2 sales calls, now you have 6, right? At the end of the campaign, those 6 deals become valuable pipeline opportunities for you and your team. I mean, this is just incredible. We help customers get these types of systems into place. Because we've seen them and the impact that they've had for our business, and the amount of opportunities we've been able to have to help our customers have success in the market. You know, 2 of the stats that really sort of burn in my head, as I look at this as an obligation because of the stats. What we do is an obligation. And that's this, Mick. It's that at the end of 5 years, 50% of all small businesses fail.
Sure.
And at the end of 10 years, 97% fail.
Absolutely.
And the number one reason for failure is lack of product demand.
Yeah,
And lack of product demand is in your control.
no question. It's a real balance. That's what I see. It's both tech, but it's also personal, which is a really great
It is.
balance for business. It's the taking the tools, but also it's the good old fashioned way. It's like Norman Vincent Peale. Like, how do you best serve the people that you interact with? So, person has listened. They know the topics. They know the changes. They know how things are moving. They know what you can do. How do they reach out to you, and what's your contact information if a person get in touch with you?
Yeah. Hey, Mick, really, really appreciate it. For anybody that wants to take it to the next level, you're serious about your business. We actually do a free 20-minute blueprint where we actually will walk you through any one of the 3 pillars. Caveat there is you if your business is doing more than $1 million, or if you've raised 5 million or more in venture capital, we'll have that 20-minute call with you, because you're our ideal client. Like, we're scoring major home runs for that niche that I just shared with you. So if that's you, it's outcomesrocket.com/grow. We're going to help you take it to the next level. I invite you to book time with me or somebody on my team where we could literally walk you through that 20-minute get more customers blueprint call, where we'll help you with any one of those pillars. You'll figure out what to do. You could get off that call, do it on your own, or you could say, hey, maybe I want to figure out what these guys are up to and work with them. Good either way. If you're not at that level, it's all good too, because go to outcomesrocket.com/grow and then click on the media link. We get showcased on a lot of news and media articles. We literally, all the stuff that we do for our clients, we give away for free. Like, the news wants to know about it. And if you read through those articles, each one of those articles that we get quoted on or that we write, we're literally pouring out everything that we know. And we believe that adding value to the community of business leaders really just it's our way of paying it forward. But that way people see our expertise. So you're going to see a ton of opportunities there to improve your business just by going there as well.
Outstanding. Thank you very much for a lot of information in a short amount of time, but really valuable. So I really appreciate your insights and your ability to get that balance between the good old fashioned way of making business and making life better for yourself and others, and also having that expertise to offer. Thank you very much for your time, Saul. Appreciate it very much.
My pleasure, Mick. Thanks, everyone.
You bet. So, if you like what you're hearing, and I certainly hope that you do, make sure that you are subscribing, liking, positively reviewing, and sharing the Doctor of Digital podcast everywhere you know. I also want to thank the supporters of the program, that is, publishers of both Burning America and also On Track Ian Hunter, for their support of the program. Those volumes, of course, are available on Amazon. And if you want to know more about what I do, I'm the Idea to Author Coach at a private Facebook group, guiding your journey from draft to shelf. I help business leaders, CEOs, and entrepreneurs break through their obscurity through written presentations, building credibility and authority. That is the Idea to Author Coach on Facebook. Meet me there. Lots of free content and also things that you can do to improve your writing and also getting the message out there. Till the next time, this is the Doctor of Digital signing off. Thanks for joining me today. I know you have a lot of choices. Thanks for being here. Deus